All right, good stuff, man. That's why give yourself some applause as well. Great stuff. It is Lowdead. That song was called AA off of their CD that they put out. Tell us about how long ago you guys put this one out. It's called
2000
Hammer Fist.
Late October 2013 is when we officially released that.
Yeah, and it's called Hammer Fist.
Hammer Fist.
Let the folks know. Go ahead and show them on the front of the camera there what it looks like. Indeed, and tell the folks where they can find it. You know,
well, you can find it online. I believe it's all over. You can find it on iTunes, Amazon.
Right.
You go to our website, and I think we have some links to it there.
Have you guys?
And we'll get you a hard copy as well.
There you go. And you guys got probably a trunk full of hard copies.
We've got a few.
I hope not, man.
Maybe not a trunk, but a good amount. Yeah,
a good amount.
Actually,
the box is dwindled quite
a bit. It's good.
That's good. And then you guys are when you I'm sure every once in a while you hand them out to some folks that well, let me see what you guys are all about. Then the next day do you get what's the general consensus do you get from people when they've never heard your music before and you're just like, and they come back the next day?
I don't hear a whole lot of negative, to be honest with you.
Awesome. You should, man. You really should.
I hear a lot of negative from myself more about than I hear from anybody else.
Right. You're always your own worst critic, man. That's the deal, especially if for musicians and artists that are really into their craft. It's never really good enough, man. Right. And tell us a little bit about that. I mean, you guys, when you're putting out your music, is it tough for you to sometimes just put it out there and be satisfied with it, or are you always thinking, oh god, I could tweak?
I don't think so. I think the first album we did, that Hammer Fist album, we kind of didn't know the whole process of recording and everything, so we're pretty satisfied with what came out of it. I mean, Brad Smalling up at Evergroup Studio helped us out tremendously with that.
Yeah, shouts out to him. Yeah, shouts out to him, man.
It's a great record. I don't think we're unsatisfied with it. I think there's parts where we're like, oh, we could have tweaked it or done a little bit more, but I think that's how you age as musicians,
And do you put like little tweaks and differences in a live version?
In the live version,
sure. To me, it's totally different.
It is.
Totally different.
Yeah. So it's just like these songs can evolve and change, man. And you ever thinking about re-releasing it at a later time, or are you guys just pretty much wanting to move right on? Or?
Maybe more right now, just trying to make a bigger footprint in the scene with everything that's happening with Loaded.
And then our new material, we've got a lot of new material coming out. So.
Yeah, well, tell us a little bit about what you're doing about trying to make that footprint and make it all happen and get yourselves put right on out there in the scene.
I think mostly trying to play the shows up and also trying to make more of the show as itself, as more just getting on stage and playing like pretty much everyone does, trying to make more of a live interact, almost kind of personal experience where you can leave it walking like, oh shit, what did I just watch?
Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to make it
like, oh wow, those guys were way better than I thought they might be, man. There's only 3 of them.
To push the envelope as far as music goes, mix it up and try different things and make our songs really creative and different. We've heard some of the new Metallica album that's coming out, and a lot of the songs are like 7-8 minutes. So we kind of like that whole process as well. We make long songs, and
you do make long songs. I mean, we talked about that before. Kind of brief us on why you guys like to do that. I mean, what it brings from
when we make the songs, they're kind of just organic, and we just let them flow. And I don't know. It does to us. It doesn't seem like they're that long.
Right.
They just go, you know. So we're like, it can't end here. It needs something. So,
It seems like, yeah, if they're too, it sounds weird, but if you're not doing it, it sounds weird. But for us, it's like the ending to a story. You know, we have to end that story, and if we can't cut it off in the middle. You know what I mean? If it takes
Right.
7, 6, 7, 8 minutes to tell the story, then
it will. Yeah.
Then that's what it takes, man, and that's what it's all
It's
about.
awesome when the ending of the story, and it ends, it's just completely, almost completely different world than where it began.
Right.
And how did you get there, and the whole process of where'd you go through, what happened, and they came to that final spot, rather than just a lot of songs find the issue of you hear this entire song within the first minute,
Yeah,
and then
And-
it just repeats itself.
yeah, exactly.
What's the point?
You just get the same thing over and over again until they fade it out.
Yep.
Then you guys are like, that's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
foreign.
I'm gonna go ahead and play one more song off of this Hammer Fist CD that you
Right.
guys put out a couple of years ago. Quality stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let Nick go ahead and pick the song that he likes the best off of it. The one you probably like the most about playing, or whatever, you know.
I think off this first, my favorite one is the Low, just because it's the one I kind of grooved with the most on this song and on this CD, and
Is that what track is that?
that'd be the fifth.
All right. And tell us a little bit about what it means.
I guess it's kind of like the endeavor of the human experience. Just everyone's going to experience their low point, but you can't wear the low point on your sleeve your entire life and make it a basis of your existence. You have to eventually use it as a guide point to work towards a greater good, to better yourself and come out on top of where you were before you started going downhill.
Nailed it.
Yeah, you're the man. That's what I'm talking about. And of course, for the Lowdead fans who may not remember, that bell is not only for a great point, but it's also for a hit or a shot. It doesn't necessarily have to be weed or alcohol, but a little something to get you through the end of this crazy interview. We are talking with Lowdead. It is Matt, Nick, and Ben, and this song is called The Low.
But now we've been tearing it's not the burning shit it's screaming. Yes, I'm digging, pushing mine. Forcing my way out from this. And it's so satisfying. Never having stranger. It's really not where I say it's your love is a place to go. It's falling down, coming around. You know you never know. So I saw it, I'm taking it. Damn, I'm living for your son. Cannot take it. Falling down the city. It's crucial night. Serious shit. It's touching my it's just makes me up in my face. It's all I hate with those undead traits. The same thing that we
Good stuff, man. That song again was called "The Low," man, and great stuff, man. I like that. I like the message you had, and the music itself, man. Great. I mean, great stuff. And you know what I really liked? I mean, we talked a little bit about it during the song. Was some of the vocals that you put on there, and you know, Matt, and it made it kind of sound. You know, you have that like they say, that Tool-esque sound where they kind of modulate your voice and make it sound like you're speaking through a megaphone or
Right,
whatever,
yeah.
man. Tell us a little bit about how you envisioned that. If that was
Basically,
something you thought of in your head, or
I think we all kind of thought about it. You get an idea after listening through, listening to the Tool albums and everything, what you want a part to sound like, and we just explain it to our guy Brad, who does basically the engineer work for us, and he just takes what we say and he knows exactly what we're talking about and he gets it done. He's amazing at it. You get us, Brad.
how did you describe it? I bet it was hilarious, man.
I don't remember how exactly we described it. I think we just said we wanted like that sunk in feeling of vocals, they sound a little distant, and he was just like,
I know.
like this, and we're like, yeah, that's exactly it.
He goes to work and tells us what we want, basically.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man. That's great stuff, man. And I love it. I love it. I noticed you guys have, you guys are your brand, your Lowdead logo. Who created all that stuff? Who does your artwork and all that good stuff?
Ben's the artist over there. He came up with the original Loaded logo, and ever since then, both him and Nick kind of just evolve off of the artwork. And
So do you do the here we'll look at what you guys have here, this newer CD or EP that you have here.
Yeah.
And is that all you, Nick? Or I mean Ben? My bad.
Right. So yeah, when I play music, it kind of inspires me throughout other aspects. I love to draw. I don't do a whole lot of painting, but I've always been kind of artsy, if you will. And so this is one of the pieces. We ended up just throwing the logo over it, but the piece was originally drawn for the song Alone, which is actually on our demo CD that hopefully we're going to share with you guys here.
Oh yeah, we'll be sharing. We'll be sharing.
And yeah, so I try to do like a piece for each song and hopefully be able to incorporate that into the new artwork for the new album, the new record, and try to do like little pieces of art as well as the lyrics and just the song itself all combined together as one, just to make a cool little combo pack of it. Gives you the visual, it gives you the audio, it gives you, you can read about it and just get a whole feeling from the song.
Are you thinking of maybe in the future, if you can, kind of making a an animated type of video type of deal with a lot of them?
Well, if you come to some of our more recent shows, you'll see that we are dabbling a little bit more in the video aspect of the
presenting like our songs.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that then.
We're basically got a program and we're just messing with our logo and stuff, and we just we make visual effects for our songs.
Okay. We're a do-it-yourself kind of band.
Yeah,
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. And
kind of like
hey, that's the way to
Yeah.
go, man. It really is, especially if you guys can pull it off. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But are you? But going back to the songs in a video, I mean, I'm thinking, or is it? Because you probably have some kind of visual in your head,
Of course.
when you're writing or whatever it is. Do you ever think that sometimes that you might, have an actual animated sequence, like for a video or whatever, not just the logo,
Yeah.
changing, but just, is that what you're kind of
we talk
going
about that
for?
kind of stuff all the time.
Yeah,
I think it's just a matter of bringing ourselves to the point where we can do it, because it's hard to explain to other people what we want.
Right.
So we just have to take the time to learn to do it ourselves, and eventually
the
we'll get
money,
that out
yeah.
to you guys.
Computer programs cost them.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No doubt about it, man. Or either that, or you guys can just buy your own camera and
right. Yeah,
a bunch of clay and just do the claymation
start
thing
messing
for
around
5
with it,
months.
that's kind of how we're doing it now.
Is that you guys are? Let's talk about. Are you guys starting to get into doing videos now and stuff like that
right now? But yes.
Yep.
Okay, tell us a little bit about what you've got done, what you guys are learning, what you guys are experiencing when it comes to doing videos and going into that world.
Well, I think recently our newest video is for War off of the Hammerfist album. We got that done recently, and with just some clips of live footage of us spliced in with the logo and some cool visual effects, and just trying to make somewhat of a cool music video.
Right,
Starting off with it.
And where can folks find that video? Is it available
it's on YouTube? I think it's on our website. It's on our Facebook.
Yeah, just
It's kind of everywhere right now.
Oh,
So if you
yeah.
look for War from Lowdead. You'll find it.
Well, I'm looking forward to that, man. I can't wait to see that. I didn't know you guys were doing that kind of stuff.
It came
man.
out like last week, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, really? So it's pretty recent.
Pretty new, yeah. It's
Awesome.
brand new, and we're gonna in the process of making, all 5 songs off of this album into videos as well. So
Oh man, that's what I'm talking
that'll
about.
be coming out soon.
Awesome. It is Lowdead there right here in the studio. It's Matt, Nick, and Ben. Would you guys consider yourselves, I know you're not Rush, but a power trio or
Hell
you know,
Yeah, we
yeah.
We love
Awesome.
Rush.
Awesome,
Oh,
man. You guys, well, I mean, even though you love Rush, is there a lot of influence from them, or like
I think so. I mean,
in any way, or
I think
what?
there has to be, because like the bands that we love, like Tool and all those bands like Metallica and the bands from the early '90s, they drew their inspiration from bands like Rush, from back
Right.
in the day, and we
Mhm.
still listen to Rush, and so I think, yeah, in a way we kind of
We're
Yeah.
a lot of inspiration.
We're not.
We saw them the last time Rush came through. We bought tickets to see him at the Pepsi Center, and it
That
was
was amazing.
It
it
blew
was
your
like a
mind,
spiritual
didn't it?
show. It was amazing for the 3 of
Yeah.
us, especially. We're watching this other, these iconic dudes, and it's just
And we
crazy.
use those experiences as learning
yeah.
points for us to better our show on a local status, trying to make it to that point eventually someday.
Yeah.
But every time we go see a show, it's like band's night out, and we go
Yeah.
out and we experience it, we take it in and try to make it that much better next time we
Yeah,
play.
you don't just enjoy the show. You use it as an educational tool, I guess, to
Yep.
further yourselves or to help, enhance an experience that you want to give to
Exactly.
your fans,
Definitely,
man.
That
Good
was
stuff.
amazing. What about that was amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And what I love about your shows is Nick, dude. I just, and I'm sure everybody comments on it, but it's so cool, man, to see Nick up there because he just, first of all, tell the folks what you do for the band.
The bass player
Yeah.
and random methodical movement person.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. It's definitely a methodical movement type of deal, but it's so cool to see it move. It's because it's like, it's just, you just go with the flow, but you're so chill, man. And everybody's going crazy around you, and Matt is singing and playing and moving back and forth, and you're all over the place too, man. But it's just a different group, man. Folks have got to see this band and to check out their dynamic that they put out there on the stage.
You won't
man.
regret it.
It is good
I
stuff.
guarantee that.
Oh yeah, man. When you play these songs super, super loud, it's a real kick-ass experience, man. And I know you love just getting the crowd going, man. Right?
Yeah, that's yeah. It's always great.
Yeah, even if it's the kitchen staff.
Yeah, even if it's 5 people, if there's
Especially
one
for
of
the
the 5.
bartenders, man. The bartenders.
They're the ones.
Yeah.
They're the ones that hear everything every night. So
Every
if they
night.
start moving, then it's good.
Then you
And
know it's
have you gotten a lot of that every once in a while? We're like, you guys are really good. I mean,
Once in a while
a
we
little,
do, yeah.
on the backside,
Well,
kind of, don't
yeah.
tell anybody. But
Compliments from a bartender or a doorman or someone working at the bar is always great.
yeah, no doubt
They
about
can
it,
hear
man.
the band.
Yes, indeed. That's what I'm saying, man. That's why it's that much more special, because they don't have to say that to everybody and
Right.
kiss everybody's ass. But if they liked what they really truly like, they'll tell you.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. It is Lowdead. They are in the studio, and it is Matt, Nick, and Ben. Man, good stuff, man. Great stuff. Check their shows out. What's when you guys got a new show next? You guys
got a couple of
something
big
coming up.
shows coming up.
Oh yeah, we're gonna drop the bomb on this one. Ready? Do you have like
Yeah.
a drum roll effect? That's all right. So yeah, we're actually opening up a show for Drowning Pool at the end of the month.
Wow. All right.
At the
Now,
Roxy Theater.
how did you guys end up getting a gig like that, man?
Actually, we got the hookup from our friend Zach Beecroft. He sometimes books for the Roxy Theater.
Well, shouts out to him, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Swinging
sir.
Ace Productions.
Recognize that you guys are, good enough to open for a band like that. Now, how do you guys feel about that? I mean,
We're pretty stoked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
no nervousness or anything like that. You're ready to
Just
show.
ready to get out there and
Ready
do
to
it.
go.
Yeah.
Ready to show. Do you think there might be maybe an executive or somebody
You
checking
never
it
know,
out?
I guess. I think more than anything, we're hoping that it's a really good crowd and we just get a chance to let everybody have a good time.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, how do you guys go about success? I mean, what do you guys think about it? I mean, do you feel successful now, or do you think you have a few more steps to go? Or
Of course.
I mean,
Yeah, I think we envision ourselves playing in big arenas someday.
Okay.
So we have some steps to go, but I think we're on the right track. I think
Yeah.
we just got to stick with it.
So you guys all kind of have those aspirations.
I think
to get there.
remaining optimistic, remaining resilient in the music scene, especially here in Denver, and just sticking together, because there's just so many bands that they've got so much potential, and then they get little crap, that either they're impatient or they just can't stick it through, and a lot of talent ends up, for lack of better terms, going to waste.
Yeah. It just and they fester, and then they don't enjoy doing what they're doing. At the end of the day, that's really what it's all about. It's not, you guys aren't doing this because, oh well, we want to make a lot of money, and I mean, I'm sure that's nice, and
Right,
you guys, that's like a nice byproduct of it. Right? But I mean, at the end of the day, that's not what you guys got together for. Like,
course
we wanted to
Right.
play music so we can make a lot of money. No.
It's all about the music for us.
Yeah.
That's what holds it all together for us. I mean, every song that we make it tells a different story. It's not the same old crap that you're going to hear over and over again. Everything you hear from us is going to be something different. It's going to mean something, and that's really important to us.
Awesome. Good stuff, man. Again, we have Lowdead in the studio. It's Matt, Nick, and Ben. And we're going to move on to the new stuff here. You have a brand new, well, it's fairly brand new. Well, how new is this
I
music?
think we recorded this in 2014. We just barely got it put on the CD this year, onto this demo. It's two songs, Alone in the Culling. They're going to be 2 tracks that are off of our new and upcoming album coming
Right.
out hopefully early next year.
Okay.
So
Let's talk about this first one. I think the first one is called Alone.
Alone.
And you were Ben, you were talking a little bit about it, just about the art, the inspiration that came from it. Tell us a little bit about even though we know it's subjective, what it might mean to everybody.
So to Alone, I think I speak for all of us when I say this. Alone's about just, I mean, as the picture can show you, you got this guy kind of just hypnotized by this technical device. And I think everybody's just sick and tired of seeing people walk around with their faces buried in their phones and not
interacting,
experiencing reality. And that's one big thing, making music as a group and having that, connection with each other. That's the essence of reality right there. And I think we're able to realize that from a lot of other people who are just buried in their phone. No offense to you guys. Stay on your phone, listen to our music. We love you.
But this song is about getting off your phone once in a while.
Yeah.
And
Taking it in.
the title Alone is because we took it as like, you're not alone. You are alone in the end of it. You're alone with your mind, but it seems like everybody's kind of afraid to be alone with their own mind.
And you know what? That is really it's really a thing, man. I talked to my daughters, and I've talked to a couple of kids that have been, recently, into a new experience. They were, into a college experience, and back in the old days, people used to, if they were sat into a room, like college freshmen. And you get together and you talk. Well, hi. You just do it because there's nothing else to do. You're gonna sit in a room. Now there's none of that.
It's just
this.
And the weird, that's all there is. And you never know because the guy that's tweeting could be the guy that's next to you or in the room.
Yeah.
It's really strange stuff, man. All right, man. This is Alone. It is Lowdead, and right here on MileHighUnderground.com.
Save your soul from yourself and focus. It's taking your life away. You're still and borrow. There's no tomorrow. It's who you wind up. Save your soul from yourself and focus. It's taking your life away. You're still and borrow. There's no tomorrow. It's who you're wind up. Save your soul from yourself and focus. It's taking your life away. You're still and borrow, but the soul is hollow. It's too no wind up.
Really long, sustained. Indeed, that song was called "Alone." Good stuff. It is Lowdead in the studio. Great stuff, guys. Thank you so much for bringing that on by, man. And how long did it take you guys to put this just this song out? I mean, you know, you guys were talking about it. It took you a while to, you know.
It took us a while to get it out on hard copy. We've actually been performing it live for quite a while, and
It's been online, I think, on our
online for quite
webpage
a while.
for a little while for streaming and download purposes on that. But
Right.
Actually, it didn't take us too long to get it out. I think we wrote the song and then we recorded it at Module Overload Studios there in Aurora with Jamie Hiller. He helped us get that song and the culling out quickly, and Brad Smalling mastered and mixed it for us, and that's how we got this demo for you.
Awesome. Great stuff, man. And I'll tell you what, man, I like this one was a little, like you said, it was a little shorter, a little bit more radio friendly, if you will. But, you know, I mean, do you guys wish that sometime, I mean, what do you guys think about the radio type of deal? I mean, do you guys, you know, really feel that you'll actually be on one of those big stations one of these days? Or,
well, I don't know if we hope.
We'd hope, because, you know, if you're on one of those, it's kind of like you made it and everybody's listening to your music at that point.
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
I think if we don't, it's not going to hurt us at all.
Right.
You know, we're not trying to write music just to be on the radio. We're just trying to write good music. And we're hoping, you know, we have a couple of catchy tunes that we're hoping people kind of gravitate more towards. But
Right, we'll have a few surprises probably on the next album that you may not. Not that we have much compared to. We have our old Hammer Fist CD, and then we'll have our second. Actually, going to be a full length, so there'll be 11 tracks total on our new album.
Wow, you guys have been working hard then, man.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that. You know, you guys have still been doing shows and all that, and in the midst of working on your music as well. You know, a lot of bands sometimes just like stop, you know, playing shows, work on their music, and then go back out there and start doing shows. I mean, tell us a little bit about your philosophy when it comes to doing that kind of stuff.
I think that's okay if you're a well-known band who's already kind of made it, if you will. But I don't think you can ever stop working as a local band if you want to people to keep interest.
Yeah,
Right,
you got to keep doing shows, man. You got to keep out there, and you got to keep working, man. And that's really, and what it is, you know, like we've said before, working is not just playing yourself. It's out there actually, you know, showing support for other bands as well, going out to the shows, you know, just to go and see what else is out there.
Yeah, exactly.
And network and hook it up and all that good shit.
So, yeah.
Hoop stuff, man.
Yeah, that's how you find the good bands you want to play shows with in the future too.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, have you guys ever been on a show where it's like, you know, a country band and a bluegrass guys, and then it's you?
We've been on a couple of shows like that. They've been like that. They've been like where we're like not the heaviest band on the bill. We're kind of
really?
There's a lot, you know. We've been on some really heavy metal shows, and we're like,
Well,
we don't
tell
really
us a
fit
little
in
bit
here,
about
but
some of that, man.
I
Give
think
us a
on some of
story.
those times, before we play, we go and we hear the bands before us, and you know they're getting into it. They're screaming a lot. They're playing some really fast riffs, and we're like, whoa! And we go up there with kind of our slower but heavy style, and I think we still turn heads and make people.
They still liked it.
We
They
get a
still
lot of
appreciate it.
we get a lot of gawking and blank stares.
we get a lot of that at those shows. But I
Awesome.
think that's good too.
That is good stuff, man. And I like the fact that you guys every once in a while do get it in a mix with the, you know, it's just an eclectic set, man.
Yeah.
You never know how that's going to end up, or the you know, friends that you might make out of
That's
that.
true.
You know, you never know, because sometimes the guy that's playing in the country band is just playing in the country band because he's the last guy there.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect sense.
We've met some guys
You know what
like
I'm saying.
that, good friends in the music scene up here like that.
Yeah.
Might
See?
not necessarily like their style too much. It's not our style, but we like them as people, and you know, appreciate what they do. So
Awesome. Good stuff, man. It is Lowdead in the studio. Matt, Nick, and Ben. And of course, man, well, can we say the pride of the San Luis Valley right
Woo!
now?
That's right.
There we go. Indeed, man. I mean, you know, the thing is, you know, like I said before, when you guys go out there, you guys draw a hell of a lot of people, I'm sure, man, at a couple of the shows. I mean, you know, when it comes
Do our
to,
best.
you know,
we do pretty good. I
you do
guess.
all right. You do all right, man. You guys been doing stuff outside of Colorado or anything like that, or you got?
We are trying. Actually, next year we've got a couple of big shows planned. Spring break, we're gonna head down to South Padre Island. About all the time the college kids are there,
Yeah,
doing a big show on the beach. So that'll be fun.
awesome.
Our buddy Anubis Morrison, who used to be from Denver here, hooked us up with a show out there, moved out there, and still promoting, still helping us.
Awesome. And what about anything else? I mean, who does it? I mean, who's the
Kinda
guy that?
all dig in and try and plan shows to our schedule and just work it in. So with that one, we're trying to hopefully work in like a Texas tour.
Yeah.
So we'll do Austin, maybe Dallas, do South Padre Island, maybe loop back New Mexico,
Right.
back home for a show.
And it should be about the same time that we're releasing or trying to release our next album. So we're gonna try to make it like an effort to push that whole thing.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to put it on out there, man.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I noticed you guys have some stickers, and you guys brought some in, man. And I love the artwork. Little bit of an Illuminati triangle kind of thing you got going there. I like that, and of course the fish. I hope that's not a copyright violation.
Oh, of
No.
course not.
I like that, man. And
Our
that's
dead
all.
fish.
And that's all you, right, Ben?
Yeah, so far the designs have been.
That's everything.
mine.
Yeah.
I think on the new album we'll see some more of hopefully Nick's artwork. We've been trying to push him to get some of his stuff.
Got some
Yeah.
other things out there, but there's a lot of weird scanning to do the scanning process. So like
He's
a
the
hand
weird
drawn
one.
thing. There's
Yeah.
a lot of tracing and lines, little line work to go through.
It's not all
Yeah,
like
transfer.
freehand, but
A line's
close
also, you know,
enough.
transfer to a digital image would take some time.
Yeah.
Well,
But
you
it'll
know that
be
you got
out
nothing
there.
but time, right?
Right. we're not computer geeks by any means, but we.
I hope not, man. I mean, well, maybe you could be. I don't know. I don't even know what any of that meant, man. Good stuff. We have Lowdead in the studio. It's Matt, Nick, and Ben, man. And I wanted to ask you again about the next song. It's called "The Culling," man. And that sounds kind of, I don't know. It sounds like horror flickish, you know, like a horror movie. Is it anything like that? Does it come do that? I mean,
Kind of probably has again like, multiple meanings as a lot of our songs do, but I remember sitting down to actually write the lyrics to this song, and we were all kind of just gathered around our table when we did live together when we first moved up here as a band, and we just tried to tell a story with it about a guy who's just kind of slowly going crazy, and eventually, if you know anything about words, the culling or a culling means just a mass extinction of a group or just individual extinction, and it just tells the story of a journey of that man.
well, all right, folks. It is The Culling. Again, it is Lowdead. We are with Matt, Nick, and Ben, and this is The Culling. The Freeza Block Show.
You said, well, I'm stuck in my head, waiting and watching, but nothing that I've seen. If I miss, well, I could shed less. Came to in my bed. This night is not fair. I lose sleep. Oh, I dream. My mind is running on empty. Just to stop this over months. Can you hold swirling my head? It makes me feel a part of the undead. It's a little sad, swirling my head. It makes me feel a part of the undead. It's a little sad, swirling my head. It makes me feel
The Calling. It is Lowdead right here on MyWayUnderground.com. Matt, Nick, and Ben, thank you guys so much for coming in, man. Great stuff. That's one of the new songs that's going to be coming out on your CD. You guys are hoping to have it out here in the early first part of 2017. God, can you believe we're already
I know, it's
2017? Wow. I mean, my God, it's already November, man.
Yeah.
Give me a break. It finally feels like November, though. We got a little bit of snow outside finally and some cold weather. I mean, my goodness, it was 80 degrees just 2 days ago. My goodness, man. Good stuff, man. But yeah, I'm ready for it, man. We were talking a little bit during the song as it was playing about, the local scene and that, and how much exposure that local music gets on regular radio stations and stuff like that. And
Right.
you guys are kind of surprised. And if one was to look, just from the FM stations, if there was a local scene around here, you would think that there was no local bands at all. None at all, man. What do you think about that?
It sucks.
And what do you think?
There's a lot of talent in this city. There's a lot of bands. There's a lot of people that are putting their hearts out there, and they deserve a little bit of credit and a little bit of airtime as well.
Yeah. Just because iHeartRadio doesn't like you doesn't mean you're not good, guys.
That's true.
No doubt about it, man. Yeah, definitely. We'll give you 2 on that, man. Because
Like I know, what is it, Kilo down in Springs? Every once in a while, they do play a couple of local,
The loud and local.
the loud and local section, which is cool. They don't do it as often as I wish they would, but they do it. And then like the KBPI up here, they never do it. They never.
Yeah, they never do. But you know what? We're going to try to get this Freeza Block show on that FM dial somewhere along the line and really get the music scene out there, man. Because again, the Freeza Block show is not just about music. That it's genre free. It's about local music. It's not about local metal. It's not about local indie. It's not about local country. It's about local good music, and that's what we're all about here on the Freeza Block show, man. So, and there is a lot of it, like you said. There's a ton of amazing artists that right here in the Mile High City that you can go on and on and on. I mean, hip hop. From hip hop to country.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, all the way across the genre. And you guys are right, definitely smack in the middle of it, man. It is Lowdead right here on the Freeza Block show, man. Good stuff, you guys. Matt, tell me a little bit about playing and singing. You play, and you sing, and it's kind of amazing to me because it's not. I would imagine that that you guys would have a lead guitarist, but you're the lead guitarist.
I guess some of that is just because I'm stingy and I don't want another guitar player. But I don't know. I guess over time it's become kind of second nature doing the double part. At first it was kind of confusing at times.
What did you start when you were younger? Did you start playing as a kid?
I just started one day when we were playing. Before I did the vocals. We were just an instrumental 3-piece. We just played our music, and then one day I just did it. And we were like, all right, that's good enough. We'll just keep going. And then we just kind of evolved after that.
So you never took any lessons or anything like that ever? You just
you
just do it like
guitar
you do
playing, just kind of picked it up and started messing around. And
Would you ever, I mean, not that you need them, but would you ever consider,
it might not. It doesn't hurt. Never hurts to learn new things and to get taught some new techniques and everything. So.
And speaking of new things, are you guys thinking of doing, anything different musically? You guys were talking about you have some surprises coming up. Are we looking for a little bit of diversity within the music as well?
I think there is on this next upcoming album. There's quite a bit more diversity as far as our music goes than we had on Hammerfist. Hammerfist to me feels more straightforward, just rock the whole way. This next one has some ups and downs and a lot more melodic parts in
there's
there.
There's some different stuff, some really good stuff to look forward to on the new Lowdead album, the new Lowdead CD. About 11 or 12 songs you guys have on there. A couple of them that we previewed right here, The Culling and Alone. Make sure to check them out. Check out Lowdead on their Facebook page. It'll take you right to their website, and I think their website takes you to everywhere else. So
Pretty much.
you have all the music and all that
up,
good stuff, man. Awesome stuff, man. Yeah, indeed, man. I was gonna I told you guys during the show that a lot of my stuff got muted because I had a copyright violation. And it's too bad because I really liked the song that we outroed with. It is called When the Radio Goes Dead, but I guess that is when that goes dead, man. So we're gonna try something new here for an outro. I'm gonna try now, what song was it again?
Country Fire.
Yeah, that was number 2, man. And we're going to kind of talk over it and kind of say our goodbyes over this one as if it was our regular outro song. So, all right, let's give this a shot, man. See how that works, man. All right, where's that? Here we go. All right, we're here with Lowdead. It is the end of the show, man. We have just about leveled this bad boy right on down to 0, man. Thank you guys so much for coming in, man. It is Nick, Matt, and Sven. They are Lowdead. Lowdead, you can hear behind me their song. Every side is Saturday morning, 11 a.m. It is the about the problem Wayne. Of course, we're gonna have a great time. We're talking about whatever we want to talk about because that's how we roll. Again, next week we're gonna be in here. No, we're not gonna be in here next week. We're gonna be having a Thanksgiving. I'm spending it with my girl, Maya and Brittany. I love you both, and we are just about out of here. So have a great, safe week, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. With the Freeza Block Show. Bye.